This is video number 3. If you haven't seen 1 and 2, allow me to introduce my friend, Max Krause, outstanding magician, creator, inventor, amazing man. He has taken tricks of mine that I thought couldn't possibly be improved, and he has improved them dramatically. But the one we're going to talk about right now is really a beautiful, beautiful piece, as I'm sure you will attest to.
Absolutely.
This is called the Mighty Mini Chameleon chest. The reason that some of you will be very familiar with it is the fact that I gave George Robinson of Viking Magic permission years ago to produce the Chameleon chest, which was my origination. And somewhere along the line, we got the idea, why not do a smaller version, do one in more exotic fashion, and make it almost for parlor magic, or close-up and personal. If you have stunners or stunners plus, then you are familiar with the Chameleon chest. It came with many, many routines. A lot of it can be reproduced with the smaller version. For those of you who are not familiar with the Chameleon chest period, allow me to, Max, would you be kind enough?
Sure.
I would go into the audience and hand out some slips of paper in which they could say, for instance, write questions. And then the questions would be put in the box. Max, put it right in. There's a little slot there where you can actually feed in the audience's questions if it's a Q&A routine. Very good. Now, the best part, of course, is when you open the chest. And what I do is I put the chest down on the table and I allow them, it comes with a little key which opens the lock. And while the chest is sitting on the table, I want you to be able to see this. When they open the chest, Max, can you describe the contents?
Yeah, they're now
them.
green. They're green. I thought they were orange a second ago. So it's
Yeah,
the
the
color-changing
orange,
chameleon.
Yeah,
That's what they call the chameleon
That's
chest.
why they call it chameleon
right,
chest.
It changes color.
Anything that you put into the chest changes.
Very nice.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Very, very nicely made. I mean, it's the finish on this is incredible. It's really high gloss. I love the fact that you've got the velvet interior in here, and that's all finished off nice and clean.
Oh, and look at the hardware.
Beautiful hardware.
The hardware is chrome plated, and the hinges are recessed. I mean, everything that we could possibly do to make this product something that not only would you be proud to perform.
It's great for collectors.
Great for collectors,
Yeah.
That's right. One of these days, by the way, I only have 19 of these left.
Look at this, guys. This thing is beautiful. Really, really nicely done.
And some of the new routines that were created for this are also interesting. I have a routine that emulates a seance, where actually the people in the, because this is primarily set up for small audiences,
Right.
that they can actually hold hands around the table,
Look at that.
and you will, during the seance, hear the actual spirit knocks, like somebody is knocking on the chest. We preface that by feeding into the slot 7 cards with the name of the Boston medium, Marjorie. And by the way, Houdini, in his later experience, after his mother had died, became a spiritualist detector. He would find spiritualists and expose them for the frauds that they actually were. So one of his most difficult tests was done with a gal from Boston who was called the Boston Marjorie, the Boston medium. And he actually had a box built so that only her head protruded from the box to prevent her from being able to manipulate any of the things in the area.
I actually remember seeing that in a book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a true story.
Yeah, absolutely.
At any rate, you take your slips and you print the word Marjorie on 7 slips. And they're numbered 1 through 7. And they're fed into the chest. After the spirit knocks, you open up the chest, and believe it or not, there are still 7 slips in there, numbered 1 through 7, which are put in numerical order on the table, but when they're turned over, they spell Houdini. Even in death,
He's debunking her.
he's debunking her.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Very
But
nice.
you're going to love some of these. There's a fantastic addition effect. Good friend of mine, Ross Johnson, who does a lot of corporate work, one of the finest mentalists in the country, absolutely blew away a corporate client at an affair or event that he was appearing at. And they actually hired him to come back with the proviso that he performed this effect with the numbers. It was an add a number kind of a thing.
Oh, excellent.
But just beautifully done.
Now, for those that have a chameleon chest already, this works on the exact same principle, correct?
Same principle,
Okay.
except it's close up and personal.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
at any rate, the price, the retail price on this is $289. Someday, when I'm long gone to that great magic shop in the clouds, this chest will probably go for thousands of dollars because it's a very limited production.
How many pieces?
Actually 20.
Wow. Wow.
Now, Tony Curtis and I have an arrangement where he gets the things made, and they're exclusive from him anywhere in the world except Canada and the United States. And those of you who live in those 2 countries, I am the sole exclusive person to buy these things from. So this is the Mighty Mini Chameleon, retail price $289. However, if you send me your email address and the fact that you're interested in some of the materials that I've shown, you will automatically get 15% off your first purchase, no matter when, or even if you don't buy anything. In the future, you will get 15% off the first item that you purchase from me.
Great deal.
Good deal.
Excellent. Thanks, Larry.